This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The nationwide anti-government protest in Sudan has entered its second month. Protesters had blocked Al Aban Strait, one of the main arteries in Omdurman, across the Nile from the center of the capital Khartoum on Sunday. At least 30 trucks carrying security personnel were reportedly deployed to the area. The report says some raised two fingers in victory signs as Sudanese security forces fired tear gas on Sunday at several hundred protesters and chased them down side street. Near-daily demonstrations triggered by a worsening economic crisis have shaken Sudan since the second week in December. Protesters have blamed President Omar al-Bashir for the country's problem and have called for an end to his three-decade rule. A Zimbabwe former member of parliament has said if the country relaunches its own currency, it will help bring down and stabilize inflation in the future. The former MP, Eddie Cross, who was on the Budget and Finance Committee as well as the Public Accounts Committee, was speaking in a CGTN interview in Harare on Saturday. Zimbabwe faces a plethora of economic challenges, and Finance Minister Ntuli Nkube had recently announced the country will reintroduce its own currency in the next 12 months to tackle the liquidity crunch. It's been 10 years since Zimbabwe abandoned its own currency that had been rendered worthless by record-breaking inflation.
For hyperinflation. But I believe that it's going to be a peak like this. I think that once he's done his monetary policy reforms and the market reforms aligned with it, bringing in a free market, trading the currencies between banks and things like that, taking exchange control away from the Reserve Bank. Once that's done, I believe the currency will settle down at about 2 to 1. Now, that will have a dramatic impact on inflation. And when that happens, we'll see inflation numbers coming down.
Nkube expects Zimbabwe to have built up adequate foreign currency reserves to back its own currency by year-end. Inflation is high and has reportedly reached 41% in December, its highest level since 2008, shredding projections that it would end the year in single-digit territory. Cross said he believes Zimbabwe is headed for hyperinflation, but once the monetary policy reforms are put in place, the currency will settle down and inflation will be tamed. Stay with us, we'll be back after this short break.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Ugandan government says it will not renew the licenses of betting companies as part of a plan to ban sports betting. The State Minister of Finance, David Bahati, says President Yoweri Museveni has given a directive to the regulating board to stop licensing sports betting, gaming and gambling companies. Betting on English football has become big business and growing one in Uganda. The minister said the president issued the directive because of the negative impact betting was having on young people. Bahati says from now on, no new companies are going to be licensed and no renewal of licenses for those that are already registered when they expire. He said that church leaders who have been against sports betting could now rejoice because, quote, their prayers have been answered, end quote. That's ANN News Brief. Thanks for watching. For details on these and other stories, visit our website, annafrica.net. Also join the conversation on Facebook, facebook.com/ANN Africa TV, Instagram and Twitter at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.